Looked like the first baseman for Notre Dame tried to go down and control that ball. JW was flying towards the base, and they collided.
Absolutely. Great. An error in favor of Staples there to help them out with JW now on first. David Gervasio's now up on the plate.
First pitch there from Notwell. Strike a little bit outside.
Watches him look. Watches the ball.
So a runner on first here. Bottom of the first. Staples on the offensive here. Count 0-1. Notwell the pitch. In the dirt there.
It's an off-speed one, blocked by Milusiki behind the plate. Fitzgerald on first, getting the lead, but not getting any looks from Notwell on the mound.
Checks in with first there. JW aware, able to get back. So now the count 1-1. The pitch, right to the pitcher, and out at second base. Close call there.
Pitcher turns around, gets it to the second baseman, but just barely gets the out. Almost looks like he came off the bag a little bit, not sure what happened. Third base coach going to go to Blue in center infield to see if he has anything to say.
Yeah, McFarland not happy about that one. Staples head coach Jack McFarland been here for
who knows how long.
So many years.
I mean, in the last 4 years, we've had 2 state championships for Staples, so definitely not complaining. And this team that we have right here could definitely be one of those teams, as the Notre Dame infield goes in to see, to talk to each other about who knows what. We'll see.
So Gervasio now on first. 1 out here, top of the first. Gervasio's got a little bit of speed, too.
Yeah, he does. I mean, for being a lanky guy, I think about 6'3", 6'4", and definitely sub 200 pounds. He is quick. He was a Staples football wide receiver just last year, but didn't continue that. A little upset about that. Would have loved to see him in that department.
Used to call him the Giselle. I played basketball with Dave for a long time, and he was the quickest guy on the field every single time.
Absolutely.
A little bit of a break right here, so our home run fence fell down. First game issues.
Yep.
Cool. Got the professional staff, 3 Staples players, taking care of that one.
Gotta love it.
You know, and Staples has always had a difficult time. Their field, we don't have a tarp here at Staples, and so those guys work hard to keep this field nice. They rake the dirt after every practice. They put new dirt in. I mean, a friend of mine told me sometimes you get more of a workout from keeping the field up than the actual practice.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw the field last week, it definitely did not look like it did now, and it's still not in mid-season shape, but it'll get there as our third batter comes to the plate, Alex Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer has that experience. He was in the lineup last year as well, and now a senior.
Playing with a lot of these guys as I did in middle school travel days. Names to note, definitely Alex Oppenheimer. He's a great player, already committed to college, and definitely one to look out for.
So Dave steals, and he smacks that one into center field. It'll be caught in a risky play there for Staples.
Yeah, Oppenheimer swinging at the first pitch, and as David Gervasio is able to get a good steal, and most definitely going to be safe, it is popped up, and he's going to have to run back to first. That's
a little bit of miscommunication there, Jarvis.
I think so. 2 outs for Staples now in the bottom of the first, as Chris Zajac is up on the plate.
Now, Chris Zajac is an interesting guy. Plays pitcher, plays first base, also 6'8".
Absolutely. I mean, his talent you could definitely see in basketball, as he was Staples' probably best player this year.
Yeah.
A couple names in there, but Chris definitely stands alone. He's tall, great with the ball, and on both sports.
Yeah, I mean, great hand-eye coordination. A little bit tough for him. He has a big batter's box, but seems to get the job done.
Absolutely.
The pitch now, bobbled by the catcher, and Gervasio is safe on the steal at second.
Not sure if the catcher would have been able to get him there, but nevertheless, Gervasio is now standing tall on second.
The count now 2-0. So Staples in a great position here to go on the offensive. As Zajac will have a little bit of liberty here.
And there's a called strike. 2-1 now.
Now that one was low. It was fastball, but it was a little bit low. I don't know about that call.
We'll see. It's hard to tell from up here sometimes. Don't get the best view.
It's very true. It's the count now 2-1. 2 outs here. And smack down center field. That one will touch the dirt. Gervasio heading home. And he'll make it.
Standing up, Gervasio goes all the way from second to home in a line drive hit from Chris Zajac. That is the first RBI for Staples all year, and the first RBI for Chris Zajac.
So a great play there. Staples coming out to the early lead, and exactly what Staples needed. He didn't go for the fences, just hit it right over the second base line. As you said, Jarvis, that line drive is all they needed. And the Dave Gervasio, with that incredible speed, gets home.
Brennan Harold now at the plate.
Harold swinging a miss.
The thing about Harold is he gets on base. He gets on base. He led Staples last year in batting average, so he makes great contact with the ball, and hopefully going to be able to promote Zajac to possibly second, third, or maybe all the way around.
So not well the pitch, another swing and a miss on a low ball there for Brendan Harold, bringing the count to 0-2. So bottom of the first here, 2 outs, count 0-2 with Zajac on first. Not well the pitch, a liner to the second baseman, and gets Harold at first.
A soft grounder to Coppola there, and you know, when I see these guys on defense, Notre Dame that is, I don't get the most confidence. They're making maybe a little bit second guessing, or with their plays, it's not quick. I mean, we saw Staples there in just the top of the first inning, and they were quick. They were making every single play right, and there was already an error in the first part of the bottom of the first there that led to a score from Staples, and we'll see if they keep that up. That might not pose true for them. That might not help them there.
Yeah, and a few errors there, mainly the one from the catcher that let Gervasio get to second. Now is the costly error there by Milowski at the catcher position. He bobbled that one. Gervasio was on the steal to second, and once Gervasio was at second, that line drive brought him home.
100%. Spada will come back to the mound and see if he can finish the next, or continue what he did in the first inning with scoreless, with Notre Dame being scoreless.
No, and one of the things about Spada, you don't think about it a lot, but Spada's a big guy. You got a ton of height on this team. You got Spada, you got Zajac, you got Gervasio. Brennan Harold's pretty tall. Kukier's tall. I mean, this team is just loaded with height, and Spada kind of gets lost on you. He's probably a little bit over 6 foot.
Yeah, he is. We have Spada's pitching really well right now, and if I were to tell you his total pitches and his total strikes, what are you guessing here?
I say he gets it done in...
Or so far this game, I mean. So far in that first inning. I'll give you this. He's had 21 pitches. How many strikes do you think he's had?
I don't know. Tell me, Jarv.
16 strikes.
Wow.
He is throwing everything for the batter to hit. Not leaving much outside, and maybe he's going to have to start doing that. I mean, like we saw in the first inning, he's had the 0-2 counts, he's had the 1-2 counts, but they're turning into base hits. Let's see how he does it now.
As we tip off top of the second, Spada winds up. A little bit of contact, a foul tip there for Notre Dame. That's Ryan Kotahane at the plate. They're not making it easy on us, Jarvis.
Yeah, I know. We got a couple of other names in there, too.
You guys will just have to wait and see how those names go. Another foul tip there. Going right at the parking lot.
I'm telling you, it's not going to be...
They love that spot back there.
It's not going to be long until a car gets hit.
Yeah, I mean, people taking risks. Those parking spots, not for me.
Rotnyanle, 1-1, or 0-2 at the plate, rather.
Spada looks to close this one out. Ooh, hits the pitcher.
What is
So it looks like a drop third strike there. looked like it hit the batter, but
don't-
not entirely sure, and then a missed throw to first base. So a little bit of a miscommunication there between Max Johnson and first baseman Chris Zajac.
Yeah, not doing the best job to just secure that play. That's an easy out, and it's the thing that's going to cost Staples later in the game. Rotten Jolly now sitting pretty at first. And next up for Notre Dame is Carlos Reyes.
So looks for the bunt there. No such luck. It's come out to a quick 0-1 count.
Top of the second, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. My name is Devin Jarvis, joined by Zach Brody.
In collaboration with O'Shea Productions.
Absolutely, shout out to Chris.
Swing and a miss there. Spada now ahead once again, as he has been all game. The count 0-2.
It's the second 0-2 count so far this inning, but still no outs.
Spada checks in with first.
Gonna slide in there safe. And here we go, Spada with the next pitch. Goes in there a little bit high. High and outside, going to go for ball one. Now a 1-2 count.
Spada has time, though. Just needs to play it safe. Man on first barely taking a lead. Nervous. Spada's done his job on that front.
And there's strike three.
A little bit high, but Blue liked it, and Spada will get his first out. Top of the second inning.
That he will. Still, Spada throwing strikes on strikes on strikes. That's 21 strikes now to 27 total pitches.
Back to first.
Connor Crowley now at the plate for Notre Dame.
Finally an easy name. So Crowley at the plate. Crowley, a lefty. Spada, that one high. So start off for the first time all game, I think, Jarvis. He'll start out 1-0.
I think that's right. Let's see how that impacts how he approaches this at-bat.
Spada winds up that one outside. Now 2-0 is the count. So a man on first here, one out, top of the second. Matthew Spada looking to clean up this at-bat. That one down the middle.
Gets it called for strike one. Now a 2-1 count.
And going back to his bread and butter, he's killing that fastball today.
Absolutely.
Really on point, really accurate. Throwing a little bit of off speed, but he just feels comfortable with that fastball as he hits it again. A little bit outside, he'll get the second strike. So now 2-2 is the count.
Somewhat check swing from Crowley there, but he's not going to get a swing off. Wish he could have, though.
Spada takes a glance at first, and that one low.
Staples is keeping Runt Jolly close there at first. He's not letting Spada's not really letting him get a lead there. Maybe with a bigger lead, there's a drop pitch there. Could go to second.
Almost gets him at first.
Spada's quick with it. That's why he's got to be careful. He gets the ball to first fast, and he's not going to be able to get too much of a lead. As Rotten Jolly calls a timeout.
Game back underway. Count 2-2. Spada still looking to close it out. He throws again to first.
Still only one out. 33 pitches for Spada now.
Pitch count getting a little bit up there. Nothing crazy. Looks like he should be able to go the first 5. That one down the middle to the second baseman, and they'll get the out at first.
Popkin almost turning 2 there, but decides to just get the safe out at first, not going to risk anything.
And I think that's the right play.
Absolutely. I don't know if we've been able to get him at second there, so just keeping it safe.
But I will point out, Jarvis, this is where Staples was. 2 outs, man on second base. You had Zajac come up with the liner over second base and scored a run. So, Spada got to be careful here. Not a force at second.
Not at all, but he can get the easy out at first if he plays this safe.
That one, gas again down the middle. A little bit outside. The Blue will give it to him. That's an 0-1 count.
Got a good amount of fans out here for Staples opening day, and it's good to see. Haven't had baseball in a little bit, especially with this good of a team.
Missing really the super fans, though.
True.
Superfan captain Nick Algieri nowhere to be found as Notre Dame will steal third on a bobbled pitch. A mistake really by Spada there, and Johnson not able to control it. So now, runner on third, 2 outs.
A little bit low in the dirt there, and he lets it get past him.
Spada not really paying attention to that man on third. He'll throw his second strike.
Now 1-2 count, but any base hit scores for Notre Dame. So he's going to have to keep this in the infield and make sure they have it under control.
Spada the pitch. Outside there.
I believe it's a full or 2-2 count now. Yes.
Little bit of nerve, Spada. See how he can control him. The pitch here, right to Spada, controls it, and the easy out at first as Staples closes out the top of the second.
Spada keeping on his toes, just a quick chopper, gonna turn to first and make an easy out. As Staples goes 2 scoreless innings now, as they look to continue their at-bats.
Wheelin' and dealin', as Clyde Frazier would say, is Matthew Spada through these top 2.
And he's got 2 more innings to go, but he's looking good so far. Like I said, he's pitching the fastball great. Right now, has 39 pitches to 28 strikes. So, you're looking at 4 pitches, 3 of those are strikes. He's keeping it in the zone, and he's doing a good job at it. 0 scores right now, and he's not getting a ton of people on base. We had 1 guy in that last inning and 2 the inning before, but they're not scoring, so who cares? He's keeping it good, keeping it safe, as he should be.
Well said there, Jarv, as now Notwell will look to come back on for Notre Dame. Pitched a pretty good first inning. A few errors, and they weren't necessarily his.
Yeah, we'll see how he can do. Already in the warm-ups, he's thrown in the dirt, so maybe that's a tell for how this inning is going to go, and I hope so. Yeah.
But not that we're biased here.
Right? No, of course not. We're WWPT. We're not Staple SWPT. Or SW.
As Mr. Hyder would like to say, we are not Wrecker Radio.
We are Staples Radio.
No, we're not. We're WWPT.
And there you go.
And a little bit of WWPT news. We had our first merch drop this past week.
Yeah, absolutely. What'd you pick up? We had a crew neck, we had a sweatshirt, we had sweatpants, and we had a T-shirt. What'd you look at?
All designed, by the way, shout out to Rachel. Incredible
Absolutely.
Designs. Rachel Greenberg killed it. And
100%.
I think the sweatshirt was fire.
Yeah, I definitely picked that up. I picked up all 4 items.
I did too.
Yeah,
Sweatpants were nice. Loved the crew neck. And the T-shirt was kind of sick too. Nice baby blue.
Absolutely. As we get our bottom of the second underway with
Matthew Spada.
Matthew Spada up to the plate.
Yeah. So he'll have potentially a big day, and he deserves it.
He does.
He's given a lot to this program. He's getting it back. It's the way it should go. First pitch of the inning. That one, a little bit high by Notwell. Count 1-0.
Spada's still up at bat. Let's see what he can do.
High again from Notwell.
Those are close pitches. Those could easily, if they were just a little bit farther down, be a strike. So great eye from Spada here.
Yeah, and you got to get used to just how the Blues calling it. That one lower, a little bit of off speed there is a strike. So the count now 2-1.
Bottom of the second, Spada still hunting.
Not well. Pitch here in the dirt.
3-1 count now for Spada. He's definitely at the advantage right now. Let's see if he can get to first.
Not well. The pitch. Oof.
Ooh. Looked a little bit high. It's a called strike.
And
off speed.
Jarvis, it looked similar to those pitches that he'd called balls before. It was right about at the chest plate. So a little bit of a questionable call there. Just looking for consistency, you'd hope.
And there is strike 3 as Spada swings and misses.
Rough way for Spada. Start out his first at-bat, but he's putting in the work at the plate. Excuse me, at the mound, and I think Staples can let him off the hook for that one.
I think so.
So now the first out for Notre Dame. Pitch there, way outside. His Finn Popkin is at the plate. Count 1-0.
And 1 out.
Bottom of the second, not well looking to deal. Again in the dirt.
Gonna go for ball 2.
A little bit of inconsistency early. You know, but Notwell's gotten the job done overall so far, as that one's hard down the middle.
Gonna be a called strike against Popkin.
So 2-1. Now the count for Popkin. Thinks about that one. It's a no-swing strike.
Once again, a couple no-swing strikes for Spada, and now Popkin. 2-2 count.
Not well the pitch. That one's high into right field. And caught there by Crowley. So, good contact there. Nothing to complain about for Popkin. That was a nice oppo, but a little bit too high. 2 outs now. That'll bring up sophomore Max Jossen.
Here we go.
To the plate.
Only sophomore we've seen this game in anything. Let's see what he can do.
First one high. Seen that a lot. You've seen a little bit of again inconsistency, but not any particular way. You've seen a lot of them go high, plenty of them in the dirt.
Absolutely.
Swing and a miss there for Jossen.
Strike 1. It's going to be 2 outs for Staples. He's going to want to just get on base, play it safe.
Yeah, just get the ball rolling here. That's all you can ask for.
Absolutely. I mean, we had the run score in the first inning when there was 2 outs.
Again in the dirt there. So we got all over the place here.
Absolutely. A 2-1 count now.
Notwell looks to deal. Another swing and a miss.
There is strike 2. Jossen with a 2-2 count and 2 outs in the second inning. It all lines up in 2022.
A little bit of creativity there. The pitch here.
Drop third strike, but he's able to make the out. Tag Jossen as Staples moves on to the top of the third.
So a great inning there from Notwell. 1, 2, 3. And Staples quickly back on defense.
Notwell's been playing well this game. We've seen him on both sides of the field, but he is pitching well. Right now, he's looking at, excuse me, don't have the exact stats on him there, but he's pitching well. And we saw him earlier in that inning, 3 up, 3 down. And in the inning before, only one run scored. And generally, it really wasn't his fault. We saw an error from the second baseman to the first baseman to allow the original batter onto first, and that eventually led to him coming around and scoring. So.
And let me give you the eye test, Devin. Here's what I can tell you. From my baseball expertise, he looks confident.
He does.
He's not shaken. He's thrown, as I've said now, probably 5 times. He's thrown really inconsistently at points, but it doesn't shake him. He's confident in his game, and he's been able to stay solid. He's been able to strike out batters, and he's gotten the job done.
100%. And we go into the third inning with Spada still on the mound. So far scoreless. Let's see if he can continue that. Right now, 2 innings pitched, 39 pitches, and 28 strikes. Of 9 batters faced as well. So he's averaging 3 strikes, or just under 3 strikes per player.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, not at all.
You know, and Spada got these 2 to go before Hero Wyatt comes in, and not to be cocky here, but I'd say Spada keeps Staples up, and job's done.
100%.
You're not touching him. Again, I'm not cocky, but you're not touching the Duke recruit. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, we saw it was earlier this year. We saw Scherzer and DeGrom go for a 6-3, and today we're seeing Spada and Hero go for 4-3. So I don't see much of a difference there, but there you go.
Yeah, and I mean, depending on how Duke goes, he could have a chance to go even farther.
Absolutely, I can definitely see that happening.
Absolute heat there from Spada. Little bit outside. Blue likes it. 0-1 count. Top of the third. Spada looking to deal a swing and a miss there. That one was way low.
Strike 2 off speed.
And a little bit of an error there from Ponza as Notre Dame is back at the top of their order.
Close call there. Almost a strike. It is now a 1-2 count for Ponza, continuing his at-bat. Just barely hanging on.
And you know, I like that from Spada. I like a little bit outside, see what the batter will swing at. And there's the third strike from Spada. I mean, high there and gets the job done.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a pitch straight down the middle that Ponza lets go by. So not a great game. Or not a great look by Ponza there.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. That speed, it's probably mid-80s there. And you know, it's relatively typical for high school, but that's just tough. It's coming at you so fast. And that's it's a game of baseball right there, but Spada able to get the job done. Pitch now, swing and a miss. So a 1-1 count here. Facing James Mascari.
Spada continuing to throw the heat and wanting to get Staples out of this inning.
Inside there, again goes to the fastball. No one's touched it so far, and that's a 1-2 count. So one more strike, Spada will look to close him out. And that one a wild pitch.
Now a 2-2 count for Staples, but still Spada's looking good. It's an even count. And there we go.
Spada taking his time. That one past the shortstop. That'll be a base hit. So good contact there from Hunkel. And he'll be the first runner on base. The top of the third for Notre Dame.
Still one out for Staples as we get our next batter for Notre Dame up. That being...
looks like it will be the catcher, Malewski. Spada glaring at first, staying cautious. Way in the dirt there. And a stolen base from Hunkel, standing up.
That ball's going to go way past, way left, and an easy base for him to steal. A 1-0 count.
One out here. Top of the third, Spada on the mound looking to deal. Takes a look back at second. That one, high flying.
Coming towards WWPT themselves, but just going to miss out a little bit.
I wanted a ball there.
Yeah, I did. I wouldn't mind it, but we do have a lot of equipment over here. Going to have to sacrifice our life.
Yeah, it's dangerous out here.
Yeah, that's
I'm willing to take that risk.
1-1 count for Staples now with one out. As Malewski's on the plate.
One out here for Spada and the Wreckers.
Where does the umps get that brush? I love that brush, cleaning off the plate. It's the most satisfying thing in baseball, I swear to you. It's so awesome.
And we'll resume play here after Devin's favorite part of the game. So 1-1 count. Spada going up against Malewski, the man on second. Spada the pitch right down the middle.
1-2 count, great pitch. Fastball once again, Spada nailing it in there.
Yeah, and a little bit low, but probably right above his knees and just where you want to put it. That's a tough ball for the batter to hit. It's not easy.
Indeed.
So the count 1-2. Spada will look to close him out. And a foul tip there.
Very late on the pitch. You could tell it's because Spada's throwing fast. I mean, he hit that almost perpendicular to where he is. So
yeah, and you've seen a lot of them late. That's why a lot of them have gone. I mean, you've seen a few guys get out early, but we've seen a decent amount down the right side of the field for Notre Dame. And
I mean, generally they're hitting Oppo, right? That's how Hunkel got on base at second now, and yeah.
if they're late on Spada, watch out for Hero.
Oh, I mean, he's throwing 90s now, so.
Believe he hit 93 the other day.
Yeah, that's not fun. He is a little wild, though. Let's see him keep it in control. So that's the most important thing. Who cares if you throw fast? If you can't throw a strike, it doesn't matter.
True that. Pitch now inside for Spada. Count 2-2.
Milewski still at the plate, staying alive with one foul tip right now.
Yeah, and he's keeping his calm. 2 strikes, he's staying in there. Trying to force a full count.
Spada looking back at second, getting a little bit of a lead.
That one right to the second baseman. An error there by Finn Popkin. Bobbles that one, not able to get the runner at first. And now a man on first and third for Notre Dame. Only one out in this inning. They got a real chance here.
Staples going to need to take it a little bit slower. I mean, we've seen a couple errors from both teams so far this game. Let's see them take it slow, get the easy outs, and continue their scoreless innings.
And this is where the pressure hits. This is where Spada's got to keep his cool.
Signs from Staples as there's a man on first and third. We can only expect that Milewski might advance to second here.
Now up to the plate, Coppola for Notre Dame. First pitch there is a strike. A little bit of off speed there.
Yeah, I think he can work with a lot of things right now, but that fastball is really working well. Get some changeups in there, and, you know, it works.
Spot of the pitch. That one down, drops in left field, and a runner will score.
Line drive with Cuquier, getting the ball now, finding it back to Spada with a man on first and second. Spada lets up his first run of the game. It's now a 1-1 game, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the third inning, and you're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. Spada just over 50 pitches now. He has about 55, 56, that is.
And that one high, a little bit out of control. Johnson able to keep it under control. But with a man at first and second, the pressure's hitting Spada. We'll see how he handles this one. The count 1-0. A big lead there at first. Spada not caring too much. And a foul tip there. For Jack Weber, the Notre Dame batter. Notre Dame's in a really good spot right now.
I mean, yeah.
Man on first and second, 1 out. They could really do some damage here.
Continuing the momentum they have this inning, it doesn't look good for Staples, but we'll see.
Spada, slow pitch there, another foul tip. He'll just miss the cars.
Once again, it's dangerous out there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you might be lucky to be at home today.
Hey,
might just be lucky.
Keep the dogs home, save the walks for later in the day. And bring a sweatshirt. It's a little bit chilly.
Yeah, just a little bit. But the sun is out.
Count 1-2. A few more clouds in the sky as Spada pitches this one. That's low. 2-2 now the count.
He's going to see if he can punch out Weber here. Going to be good, as any forced out would be good and close the inning out. Get this strikeout here, base hit, and they're done.
That one again outside. So we'll get a full count here. And Spada's looking less and less at the man on first.
Yeah, he is.
On second. He's not paying as much attention, and he's possibly missing out. You know, it looks like Zajak's nowhere near the plate. Popkins a little bit closer, but Spada seemed to lose all interest there.
His Weber stays in it with a foul tip there, going straight back.
So a full count here. A ball here for Spada, and we'd be at the bases loaded. First time all game. Spada takes a breath. Looks back at second.
Uh-oh. This is it. This is it. Foul
Foul
tip.
tip here.
Oh.
Takes a
barely misses. Bounces all the way up into the parking lot and just over the cars. Not going to have any damage there. Still hanging on a full count for Staples, 3-2.
But you know, Jarvis, I will tell you, I think the reason so many people have Jeeps is because of the soft top.
Probably, right? It's just going to absorb a ball, not even going to hurt it.
The strike there, and Spada gets out of that one. A sticky situation, able to escape now 2 outs for the Wreckers
Weber
in this
didn't.
top of the third.
Weber watches that one go past. Doesn't think he's going to strike, giving a little bit of glance at the blue there. But there we go.
That was close.
It was. 2 outs for Staples now.
Man on first and second. Spada looking back. That one down the third base line. The throw to first from Coukier's late. Now going to home. Johnson bumbles it. And now a man at second and third.
Not great by Staples. Coukier looks to first instead of second or third there. Not sure if he's going to get the out on those 2 bases, but not the best for them.
Yeah, and then we had the error at home. A bad throw from Zajac.
Zajak's going to be on his toes there. He needs to understand that once that guy gets the third, ball's at first, he's running home. He has to be able to turn that to home fast and get the out.
Yeah, and he just didn't put Johnson in the right spot. That was a little bit towards the third base line, a little bit farther back. Johnson didn't do a great job either controlling it. Miscommunication there leads to a Notre Dame lead. The score now 2-1. And Spada throws a strike there.
Swing and a miss.
So an early 0-1 count. You know, and Spada's got to get back to getting over these. Starting out strong and starting out ahead.
I mean, we've had a couple of these where he's looking good. He has the 0-2 counts. He has the 1-2 outs with nobody on, and then get into trouble a little bit. I mean, 2 outs now, but let's see him close this out. We got 2 men in scoring position. Any base hit here scores 2.
And the swing and a miss there. A relief for Matthew Spada and the Wreckers as they get out of a dangerous one. A little bit of damage, though. Your score now 2-1. Notre Dame takes the lead.
Spada continuing to throw heat. I mean, he's getting the fastball in there almost every single time. He's got 48 strikes now to 68, 49 strikes to 68 pitches. That's a great ratio right now. You don't see that often. So if he can continue that and stick to the strikes, don't get cute with it, just throw the heat. And that's what he has had success with.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 1 more inning. He's just got to finish out strong. That one was a little bit rough, and we'll see if they keep Spada in for the 4th. I assume they will, but you never know. You could give Hero 1 more inning.
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, Hero Wyatt just came off of an ACT. So we got Hero Wyatt coming off an ACT and going to play and pitch for Staples. We'll see. I don't know if he's going to go with the 4th inning. I think they're gonna have to keep Hero healthy. I mean, would you rather have Hero relieving games, right? And getting in there every time to just shut out the game? Or are you wasting him at the start as a starting pitcher? You know what I mean? I mean, when you have the opponent team tired, you can just close it out.
I mean, obviously that's true. You make it sound more simple than it is, Jarvis.
Right.
But it's a complex situation. Notre Dame's a strong team. Staples is looking to keep their record. And more than anything, I think this is a momentum game. How do you set the tone? And that calls just as much about tone as anything. Are you going to let Spada pitch 1 more, potentially dig a bigger hole, and leave it all to your offense?
I think
Do you have that much trust in your offense?
I think it definitely depends on how this inning right here goes. We could see Staples go scoreless down 1-2-3 like they did the last inning, and maybe Hero comes in, and maybe that's the right choice. But if I see a 1 run on the board, maybe 2, I'm sticking with Spada. I think he gets in there for 1 more inning, and then Hero closes out the last 3.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a call to McFarland, head coach, and he knows these guys. He's been in this program for a long time. He knows what he's doing. And I think his players have trust in him. It's an important element. No one's going to question the call that he makes. So all trust in Coach McFarland, and we'll see what he decides to do as a swing and a miss there. The bottom of the third for Chris Kennedy.
Not well now on the mound, continuing to pitch.
And an off-speed pitch there, right down the middle. That looked like a hunk of meat.
Oh, my
Chris
God.
Kennedy stays looking.
I mean, that looked like it was traveling at 40 miles per hour, but in the same time, it was a laser.
The dirt there.
Yeah.
There's our inconsistency from Notwell. The count now 1-2.
Kennedy is going to have to get on base here, retrieve the lead that they just lost for Staples.
Notwell the pitch again in the dirt. So now the count 2-2. Notwell will look to close out Chris Kennedy. Little bit inside there, a generous call from the blue. And Kennedy will stay alive here.
Full count now. Let's see if Kennedy can get on base here. Maybe a walk. Let's see a pitch in the dirt.
It's there, Jarvis.
I
You
mean,
see in the future?
I don't know. Maybe. Listen, I could see a base hit from Oppie right here, or excuse me, not Oppie, but JW. Excuse me. But yeah, we'll see. It could work out for them. I could see a man advancing a third. I'll let you know. It's not to me yet. As
Looks like I'm calling with Tony Romo here.
As JW's up on the plate for Staples.
So bottom of the third, man on first. And a strike there.
Bit high. I don't know if I like that, but once again, it's hard to tell from all the way up here.
And once again, I don't like much of anything against Staples. Not that we're biased.
No, of course not, right?
J.W. Fitzgerald at the plate now. Count 0-1.
As a ball goes in. 1-1 now.
And Kennedy not taking that generous of a lead. Staying cautious. Kennedy will steal there. That'll be a close play as the shortstop jumps over Kennedy, trying to make the play, and Kennedy will be safe at second.
JW goes for the bunt, pulls it back just before, so it is, he doesn't pull it back in time, so it is a 1-2 count, but he gets Kennedy to advance to second. So in the end, it's worth it, right?
Yeah, and 0 outs here. Bottom of the third. Staples needs this offense. JW at the plate. He'll swing, puts it down the third base line. Safe at first, and the runner advances to third. A great play for JW as he looks excited.
I mean, what did I say? I said I could see a man advancing to third. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say I was right, but come on. But you were right in the beginning of the game when you mentioned that JW likes to bunt. And what a beautiful bunt there from JW, splitting the pitcher and the third baseman to get an easy route for Kennedy to slide into third and stay safe. Well, he is able to stay safe at first.
And now you got Gervasio, a junior, a big bat, a ton of speed. The potential's endless here for Staples. Let's see what Gervasio can do here.
Listen, how many players on this field have been in the SE Top 10? All right? Regardless of whether he was on the opposing side of an SE Top 10, he was in one. All right? So that's all we need to worry about. Gervasio, 0-0 count.
JW stealing a crazy pitch there, and he'll make it to second easily. The throw doesn't even get off.
I think the yelling behind when JW started stealing there may have thrown off Notwell there, but Malewski behind the plate, not able to come down with it.
So runners at second and third here. No outs, Jarvis.
Looking good for Staples. 2 men in scoring position.
Swing and a miss there for Gervasio.
Off-speed pitch. It gets down and away against him. Now a 1-1 count.
So wind's picking up a little bit here.
You know what I see? I see the wind coming from behind us. I see a ball getting launched up by Gervasio over the Staples monster. That's what I see.
Staples monster. Quite a monster. Maybe 8 feet. Pitch there. A nice strike for the pitcher, Notwell, Notre Dame there. The count now 1-2. Maybe I under-exaggerated a little bit, probably more than 8 feet.
I think a little bit, right?
A ball smacked there from Gervasio, but right to center field. Will tag up from third base, and will easily make it home, as well as an advancement to third.
And there we go. Kennedy is able to easily, like Zach said, get into home, tie up the score 2-2. And once that happens, JW slides into third. We have a man on third and only one out so far. Great play by Gervasio, giving his players the opportunity to score.
So the score now 2-2. Bottom of the third, plenty of time. Anyone's ball game.
Absolutely. And like we said, if they get scores here, Spada can stay in for another inning. It gives him a little bit of that padding.
Yeah, and looks like they'll keep Spada in. Swing and a miss there from the Staples batter. That's Alex Oppenheimer, the senior. Count now 0-1.
Now Oppie isn't in the infield. He's only pinch hitting for Kukier. A little bit interesting to see there. Not something you usually see.
Ball smacked into right field. And that'll be caught by right fielder for Notre Dame, Connor Crowley. Not able to hit it far enough where an RBI was a possibility. And we will have JW stuck at home. Stuck at third.
We will. As a big bat Zajac comes up to the plate.
And you just give us the same thing, Chris.
Base hit.
Give us right over second base. That line drive. Put Staples in the lead. And you don't need much. You just need to get on first here. JW has the speed to make anything happen. There's a swing and a miss there for Chris. A little bit off balance after that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're in the bottom of the third with 2 outs right now, and you're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM.
The pitch there, another swing and a miss for Chris Zajac. The count now 0-2. 2 strikes here, bottom of the third. Our score is 2-2, and you got that runner on third. Don't forget, big pitch here and a big bat for Chris Zajac as he'll keep it alive.
Almost killing some of our lacrosse players. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the game right now, tune back in once this game's over at 4:30. We have a lacrosse game going on with our very own Andy Cerrito and Aiden Parnes on the call. Gotta love those two.
Hey, that's a hell of a crew, Jarvis.
Absolutely.
Count 0-2. Not well, the pitch in the dirt.
A little bit outside as well. Gonna go for 1-2.
You know, and Notwell has some liberty here. He has some freedom. He can do what he wants. All the pressure lays on Chris. Notwell taking his time. The pitch is away and right down the first base line. So the first baseman will run to the bag. That'll close out the bottom of the third. Our score, 2-2 here at Staples Field.
And there we go. Staples is able to tie it up and make it easy. A little bit of pressure off of the defense here. Spada will go through one more inning. Then we get Hero. We know Hero can do his job, and we know Spada can do his job. Let's just see the offense keep working.
Yeah, and this will be big. This is a really big inning for Spada. I believe in the Staples offense. They've done some really good things today, you know, and both offenses have looked hot, but Spada's got to keep it under control this inning. He's got to stay ahead of the game, and he's got to close out. He's gotten ahead. He's gotten those 0-2 counts, but it's that third or fourth pitch where he gets a little bit shaky. He leaves some room for the batter, and the batter exploits it. That's where we saw that weak stretch from Staples last inning. We saw a little bit of errors from the field. We saw a little bit of errors from Spada. And it wasn't a good outcome. We just need to stay in control.
And I was just about to say, as you brought up the errors, Staples is a little bit sloppy right now. A little bit sloppy. We're looking at soft throws to first, not getting there in time, bobbling the grounders. Let's see. Quick, easy throws to first, and well-grounded pitches. I mean, it doesn't seem that hard, but sometimes it is, and we'll see. It's the first game of the season. It's hard to blame them, but if they want to stay in this game, they're going to have to eliminate those errors completely.
Absolutely, and Spada's still on the mound. He will play his 4, and he'll leave 3 for the closer, Hero Wyatt.
We're going to shout out 2 Staples sponsors real quick, including IMG Academy. Gotta love that, right? A high school sponsoring another high school. Khaleesi's Deli, Romanacci, Colony Grill, to name a few. Great sponsors. Keep up the work.
Oh, great. I went to Colony the other night, got a fire pizza.
Oh, yeah. What's your go-to?
All right. Hear me out here. Meatball, olive, black olive.
Black olive? Okay.
I mean, their salad pizza's also great.
Yeah.
But sometimes the dressing gets a little bit much. Still love it, though. Might make my mouth tingle a little bit. I keep it simple with the meatball olive. Oh.
Connor Crowley at the plate as Spada goes for strike 1 looking.
Yeah, and don't distract me, Jarvis. I could talk about food all day. Might even make a food radio show, or I might just eat.
There
it's
you
a
go.
tough choice. Spot of the pitch here. That one's low, so a 2-0 count.
Nice framing by Jocelyn there. That almost looked like a strike. I mean, that is a very underrated part of a pitching and a catcher's dynamic. Getting that framing in to trick the blue into thinking what's a strike and what's not.
Another ball there in the dirt for Spada, 3-0. Hasn't started out this poorly all day. It looks like Spada's carrying a little bit of that negative momentum from the second inning. From the third inning. He's got to keep it under control here. Throws gas, and that'll be his first strike at the top of the 4th.
We're at 71 pitches now for Spada. He's getting up there. I mean, how often do we see guys in the MLB go for more than 70, right? Let alone a high schooler.
And that's cracked right over second base. It'll be a base hit for Notre Dame, Connor Crowley.
Gets to first easy as McFarland comes out to the mound. I don't think this is going to be a pitching change. I think this is just talk, right? Spada knows he can do it. He thinks he feels good, but we'll see.
Yeah, and you said it, Jarv. 70 pitches getting up there.
Yeah. 72 now.
They will pull Spada.
Okay. It looks like
Chris Kennedy will come in, close out this inning. Chris Kennedy, another solid pitcher, pitched a decent amount last year as a junior. And it looks like we'll have Chris Kennedy come in and close out this inning, and they'll just keep Hero to those 3.
Looks like it. I think that's probably the right move. Get Chris warm for the next couple games, right? That's what you got to do. So,
but that's tough, though. He's been on the field all day. He has not gotten warm at all. So we'll definitely have a bit of an intermission here.
As the first pitch in his warm-ups is definitely going to need a few more.
To say the least.
How do you feel about Staples right now? We got one man on first, new pitcher coming in. Do you think they could seal the deal here?
Chris is a really solid pitcher. Chris, I watched him last year. He was consistent, and he threw, not necessarily his fastball. Unlike Spada, the fastball wasn't everything for him. He had a lot of different things. He had a nice changeup. He had a nice curveball also. And those are the 3 core pitches at the high school level. You get to the pros, you get anything. You get a sinker, you get a knuckleball. High school, you got those 3 basic pitches, and then, every man may have their own variation of another, but you've really seen those 3, and I'd say Chris excels at the changeup and the curveball, especially.
And here we go. As Chris, he's throwing heat right now. I mean, look at this. He's getting faster to the plate than Spada, and he's throwing well. It's going to be exciting. I mean, if he stays on for maybe just more than 1 inning, it could prove well for Staples.
And I'm going to be selfish here, Jarvis. I hope he doesn't, because I just want to see Hero pitch.
As do I. I'm going to give you a fantasy right here for Staples baseball. Imagine we still had Carter Kelsey. Imagine how stupid that would be if we had the two best pitchers in the state. I mean, Carter Kelsey was the best last year, and Hero, people say, was better than Carter last year. And then we have Spada, who's no slacker either. And Kennedy, I mean, that might be one of the best rotations in Staples baseball history.
Now, a quick story is we'll almost get underway. Had a pitcher's photo op the other day. Took out all the Staples pitchers, took them out to the baseball field. First picture of the year. Hero Wyatt wasn't there. He was in his class. He had no idea. The guys missed a period and a half. Waited. We got our pitcher. We got our picture, too. And now Chris Kennedy will resume in the bottom of the fourth. Attempted bunt there, but that'll go foul.
Nice pitch. Kennedy already off to a good start.
And Pichota at the plate for Notre Dame with Crowley at first. No outs here. Kennedy the pitch. Another attempt at a bunt. Again, unsuccessful.
I could see potentially an off-speed here from Kennedy.
You know what I want? I want something out of the box. See what he'll swing at. Bit of pressure here. 0-2 count. See what he'll do.
Gonna give a look to first real quick. Make sure keep Crowley in check.
Yeah, and that was another thing about Spada in that, monster third inning for Notre Dame. He didn't look as much to first, to the man on first, to the man on second. You see that when those pitchers get here early. Swing and a miss there for Kennedy.
And there's one out. There's no balls there. I mean, talk about strikes to balls ratio or strikes to pitches ratio. We got a 1-to-1 going on right now. For
Statistics
Kennedy.
man Jarvis.
Yeah.
So one out here. Top of the fourth. Our score, 2-2. Kennedy the pitch. Foul tip there. Staying ahead. 0-1 count. That is William Ponza. Again, that is their third time through the order for Notre Dame. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Impressive.
I mean,
swing and a miss there.
He's throwing heat right now. That's 5 pitches, or 6 pitches, 6 strikes for Kennedy here, as we have an 0-2 count, 1 out, and a man on first.
Don't forget about that man on first.
Definitely not. He's keeping him in check, looking back. Yep. Okay, so here it is. When he looks, each time he's looked at the man on first, he's throwing. I don't know if that's a tell to Crowley here on first, but yeah.
The pitch from Kennedy high there, controlled by Jawson.
1-2 count now.
And I think it's really, you got to make sure that Crowley doesn't steal here, because that's when Staples gotten into trouble. Each time Notre Dame's had that man on second with no force, Staples has gotten themselves in a ditch. So really, I like the security that Kennedy's playing with here as he again throws it to Zajac at first. Just play it safe. You got to get through this one inning. And then Hero will come and take away all your problems. Kennedy, that one, a little bit high,
A little bit high and a little bit off speed, too, as we get to a 2-2 count for Staples. Kennedy just got to punch this guy out, get to 2 outs, and get the force on first and second.
Kennedy, the pitch almost hits the batter.
High and inside. Now a full count.
So the full count with 1 out here. Top of the fourth. Tie ball game. Biggest pitch of the day yet for Chris Kennedy. And it looks like they'll have him in a pickle.
This is a routine pickle, ladies and gentlemen. Exchanging batters on players around on first and second. And
so Crowley stays alive for a little bit, but the tag there from Chris Kennedy ultimately. Nice play there. That'll be 2 outs now for Staples with the full count. So a strike here, Staples is out of this inning.
Well done from Kennedy there to check the guy on first, as you were saying, keeping him disciplined, not letting him steal, and when he tries to, getting him out. And that's exactly what he did right there.
And that was nice execution from Staples as well, Jarvis. You know, so many possible errors, especially for a high school level team. You love to see them keep it simple, not more than you have to do, no errors, and get the batter out.
100%, and that's exactly what they did.
The pitch now, a swing and a miss, and Staples gets out of that one. A great job from Chris Kennedy.
Staples going to go 1, 2, 3 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. My name is Devin Jarvis, and I'm joined here with Zach Brody.
So now your score is 2-2. Staples is on offense, and you got Hero the next 3. I'm swinging the bat if I'm Staples. I'm going for the fences.
And I think so. We have Brennan Harold up first. I mean, like I said, he's the batting average machine, followed by Spada, or rather, we'll see who replaces him in the lineup.
And I'm not sure if Hero pitches. You know, Hero's obviously got the arm. They may have a pinch hitter for him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they can, though. We do have Oppenheimer, as you pointed out earlier, pinch hitting for Kukier, playing shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of a complex situation. We'll see what McFarland decides to do. And we don't have any film to go on here. You know, this is the first game of the season. So
listen, if Hero gets in the game, I've only heard rumors, but those rumors says he hits nukes, all right? So I wouldn't mind seeing Hero get a couple at bats. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I wouldn't mind it either.
Right?
I just want to see him take the field. As Notre Dame will stay consistent here. They'll keep Notwell on the mound. And Notwell's done a nice job. Again, he's gotten shaky at times, but he's kept his confidence level. He's looked stable, and Notre Dame wants to go with him for at least one more.
I mean, he's getting to that point, though, where if he keeps throwing those balls in the dirt, runners are going to advance. And that's what we saw last round. We saw people steal. We saw players score. And it could go wild for Staples. Could go wild for Notwell. Excuse me. As here we go. We're now in the bottom of the fourth inning, just past halfway through the game.
Yeah, and Brennan Harold with an out, his first at-bat. He'll look to redeem himself with his second. Notre Dame's made it a little bit farther through their batting order than Staples has. Not by much. First pitch from Notwell is high. 1-0 count now. Bottom of the fourth. Notwell looking to deal.
And here we go. Carr is... Ooh, safe, but... Yeah.
Go between?
I think it went under and hit the bumper maybe, but foul ball into the parking lot and just barely misses a couple cars. Everybody's going to be safe right now as the next pitch goes through.
That one in the dirt. Now the count 2-1. So there's no outs here. So much potential for Staples. Brennan Harold at the plate. A little bit of freedom here.
Like I was talking about, he's a batting average guy. I mean, he led the team with batting average when he was a junior.
That one cracked down the first base line. An easy play for the first baseman, William Ponza.
Not a hard hit ball. Going to be easy playing for Ponza as there's one out for Staples now. And we get...
Now this is the interesting one.
Yes. Who's this here? We have a new player.
Looks like that's Jaron Klein, I believe.
Yes, that is. Jaron Klein, he's a junior.
So Jaron will pinch hit for Hero.
Because he went in for Kennedy at the, he'll pinch hit for Spada.
True. And smacked there by, wow, just a bomb to center field, caught by the center fielder, but Klein just wanted to show us how far he could hit the ball.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a great hit by Jaron Klein, except unfortunately falls right into the center field.
Hey, 40 feet more would have been over the fence.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe in right field he gets a look there. But
a nice play nonetheless.
Jaron Klein's one of those players. He ended up starting at third base as a sophomore last year. He's real good, and as we just saw, he's got some power in him.
So a little bit high there for Notwell. Quick 2 outs here. A nice start for Notwell. Staples not getting the bats moving as they would like.
As Popkin is now up to bat in 1-0 count. He steps out for a moment. But, yeah, I think the junior presence is large in this team.
It's felt, for sure.
I mean, definitely it's led by those seniors, but there's still a couple of them in there.
The pitch there, a little bit of a curveball, goes low for Notwell.
2-0 count now.
So, again, a lot of freedom for Popkin. He can do what he likes as the foul tip there.
2-1 now. Still, he has the advantage in the count. Let's see what he can make of it.
Notwell taking his time. No runners on base. Swing and a miss there.
Strike 2.
Not a great swing there for Popkin. That one was low. So 2-2 now. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 4th. Popkin looks to deal. That one makes it past the shortstop and a base hit for Finn Popkin.
Just barely. I mean, it hits the gloves of Kanyale, but just gets past him, and gonna be like you said, easy base hit for Popkin. We're now at the bottom of the order. Maybe we get back up top, get some heavy hitters in there. This inning could turn around just like that.
Or either way, look, we got 2 more. We're at 8 and 9. Jawson and then Kennedy, depending on if they keep Kennedy in the order. I believe they will. You'd think they would.
I think Kennedy's pitching next inning. I think he had a really good last inning.
As a steal there from Popkin.
Not even close.
Oh, a little bit closer than you thought, Jarvis.
Yeah, I think so.
He was safe, but
he was safe. I think a little bit of a bad slide.
In contact there between Popkin and the second baseman. So a little bit of a dangerous play, but now Staples likes it. That was a little bit of contact between Popkin and Coppola for Notre Dame.
And there's strike 2. 2 strike swings so far.
0-2 count, 2 outs. Man on second. Not sure it'll play, though. We'll see what the sophomore Max Jawson can do on this one. Pitch here, swing and a miss.
As that ends the inning. And now is the question, does Kennedy stay on the mound or do we see Hero Wyatt come out? I mean, we heard the pregame plan, but things could change. Things could definitely change.
We will wait and see here. No indication yet.
I think we've almost had all but the second baseman and the pitcher out here.
Keeping us on our toes. So top of the 5th coming up here. We got a 2-2 tie ball game. Remember, it's high school. Only play 7 innings. So we got 3 more for each team. Anyone's ball game here. And I believe Chris Kennedy, you are right, Jarvis, will stay on the mound.
And I'm not upset with that. He pitched a great inning last one, really throwing some great balls going. Like we said, 1, 2, 3.
And I think the strategy here for Coach McFarland is going to be keep Chris in as long as he's hot. The second he's hot, you got Hero Wyatt as a reliever. He lets up anything Coach doesn't like, and Coach has got a pretty darn good solution, but you don't want to waste Hero's arm if you don't have to.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, if Hero doesn't pitch once all year, we could say that probably ended in a good season, or unless Hero gets hurt. But if he doesn't have to go in, it might be good. Never know.
As long as they're winning.
Right.
And that's, you love to have the freedom to do what you want with Hero.
Right.
I mean, in a perfect world, you keep him warm all game, every game, and just have him when you need him.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, he is a weapon. Best rated pitcher in the state.
Kennedy, the first pitch, of the 5th. Strike inside. Strike. A little bit of an inside pitch. Still strike. 0-1 count now. Kennedy dealing quick. That one a little bit low.
Off speed just a tad, I believe.
So 1-1 now the count. No outs here in the top of the 5th. The pitch here from Kennedy. Foul tip there. Missed the cars. Now our count's 1-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, at 4:30, there is a Staples lacrosse game that you can tune into just after this one.
Opener for the boys lacrosse team.
Indeed, it should be ending and starting similar to the game we have now.
Ooh, little bit high there for Chris.
Going to be a 2-2 count now, but he still has the advantage. One strike and he's gone, 2 balls. He's a walk.
That one hit to third base, bobbled there, but the throw to first made easily
by Jaron Klein. Fantastic off-speed pitch there by Kennedy as Jaron Klein gets his first at-bat and ball to him of the season. Great way to start it off.
And Jaron's got to get the fist bump to Chris Kennedy.
Absolutely.
They're boys. Both on the field and off the field. Now, big man on the plate for Notre Dame. That'll be, and a high-flying ball out to center field on the first pitch, caught by J.W. Fitzgerald, the center fielder.
I mean, talk about a big man. He's got some power in him, too.
And that's the catcher, Milewski. You don't realize how big he is. He's huge.
He is.
I mean, if you look at him right next to the coach right there, that man's enormous.
Absolutely. I mean, that was the farthest ball we've seen hit this game, and if he gets a little bit higher on that, that's out of the park, no doubt about it. He popped that one up just a tad, and considering how far it went, he's got the power.
So 2 outs now, top of the 5th. Kennedy, the first one is high. Will bring you to a 1-0 count. Kennedy dealing again high. So for the first time in his short life in this game, he's coming out with a little bit of an advantage to the batter. Batter number 9, Justin Coppola for Notre Dame. Swing and a miss there. That, Jarvis, was some heat.
Indeed. As we get a 2-1 count now, Kennedy going to bring it back into his favor. And once again with 2 outs, he's looking good.
And he's mixed it up a good bit. He's got that speed. He's got the curveball. He's got the off-speed. Contact there, but foul. Almost hits the flagpole.
As Coppola's a little bit late on it, going to go oppo. And Kennedy's going to keep throwing strikes. I mean, 2-2 count now, and we've just seen a great performance from him so far. We see from Spada, we saw a lot of fastballs. Kennedy, we're seeing a lot of variation.
That one right to the second baseman, and that is the 3rd out of the 5th. Staples closes it out. Score 2-2. Bottom of the 5th coming up.
Once again, a 1-2-3 inning for Kennedy. He's looking good. He's looking great. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see from him. I mean, 2 more innings to go, right? If he can keep that up the next inning, I see no doubt about the fact that he'll be in the pit. He'll be on the mound next inning.
You think so?
I think 100% he will. I mean, he's throwing great right now. And what's the point of changing? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You know, and it's really impressive because he came off of the field. He didn't. I mean, he didn't come from the warm-up area. He didn't come, preparing mentally to pitch. It was just a game-time decision. Try and get through those 4 innings without using Hero. Chris Kennedy's been the story of the day. So now we'll look to get in the bottom of the 5th. Notre Dame will keep it consistent. They've had their luck with Notwell all day. They will keep him on the mound.
That they will.
And his pitch count has got to be getting up there.
100%. It's a bit of a questionable call. I would say getting Notwell out right now might be the move, but he's going to keep it going. Unfortunately, we don't have the pitch count on him, but we can only assume it's high. Most definitely above 70, which Spada left at. So, yeah.
And it looks to be a good finish for the home opener. The opener. for the Staples Wreckers.
Absolutely. I mean, Staples is looking good. You can't be named the third best team in the state without holding up to your reputation, and that's what they're doing right now. I mean, Notre Dame is not a bad team, but let's see them get some runs this inning.
Not a bad team, Jarvis. They're top 10.
Exactly. They're a great team, excuse me. But this is definitely a team that Staples is going to want to beat.
First pitch here is high. Steps away, does Kennedy.
As we are now at the bottom of the order for Staples, looping back around with JW on deck.
Kennedy playing double lead off that one now way outside.
JW, do you want to remind me last time Kennedy was the first at bat and JW was on deck? You want to remind me what happened?
I mean, that's why they put him double lead off. This is not the last. This is the second first. A third high pitch there for Notwell. Maybe he's getting tired.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but last time we had Kennedy at bat with JW in the hole to follow, we saw a run score for Staples, that being Kennedy. So let's see it happen once more as the ball goes in for the first strike.
And I'll remind you, the last time the count was 3-0, that was Matt Spada on the mound, and they pulled him. So we might see a pitcher change. We might see Notwell coming off here. But we'll see how he can close this one as the second strike, Kennedy just stays looking.
And it shows you how quick the game can change. I mean, we just had a 3-0 count, and now it's full. One more strike, and Kennedy gets punched out. And there we go.